Leaders in their community to share with us what Australia Day means to them. Joining us now is MP for Fowler in Western Sydney, Dai Lee, and shortly we'll talk to Indigenous leader Warren Mundine. Good morning. First of all, Dai, you as a child spent 4 years in a refugee camp with your mother and your younger siblings. Then you became the first refugee elected to the House of Representatives in Australia. What does this day mean to you?
Oh, look, it's, I think, very humbling, and I think this day is profoundly, for me, quite moving. To have that opportunity to rebuild one's life, and never in my wildest dream did I ever imagine I'd become a federal member of Parliament. And to represent one of the most multicultural and multi-faith electorates in the country. So I just can't say enough how humbling it is, how it's just surreal for me. It's still, even though it's my second term now, when I sit there, I'm very grateful that the people of Fowler continue to support me. As you know, in this election in 2025, we saw the big, I call it the red wave, but in Fowler we remained quite independent. So I'm very grateful for that and thankful for my community, for my council, in particular Fairfield City Council, of course, and the Mayor, who worked very closely with me to ensure that we have a strong independent voice in the federal parliament.
Warren, let's bring in Warren Mundine now. It is a complicated day for so many. How do you mark it?
Well, look, I don't think it is a complicated day for so many people. You know, if you're looking at the polling, the vast majority of Australians want to celebrate Australia. You've got the recent polling where it's talking about people under 30 years of age. Something like 87% of them are proud Australians, want to celebrate on the 26th of January. And what are the things that we've got to celebrate? We've got people from all over the world who live here. We've got people from all the different faiths and even atheists and everything like that are here. And we're building this beautiful, incredible country. And at a time when we're under a lot of pressure at the moment with social cohesion, we've seen what happened on Bondi, we've seen the demonstrations and that over the last 2 years. It is so important for us to come back together and actually and focus on the real issues for Australians.
Di, do you think that's changed since Bondi in the last few years? There's even more of a sense of pride on this day in this nation.
Look, absolutely, and I probably agree with Warren there that Australia Day, I think this year is profoundly more important for a lot of Australians because of the feelings we feel of the fracturing of our nation, the division, and I think Australia Day should be and brings people together, no matter what faith, no matter what cultural backgrounds. I see myself as Australian first and foremost. Of course, I'm proud of my Vietnamese heritage, and that's why I wear this traditional, ao with the Australian flag, and of course the Australian national flower wattle. I designed this to represent the two merged cultures, but it's so important, I think, today more than any others, of how important it is that we see ourselves as Australian first.
Warren, you probably can't see Di's big Australian flag on her chest, on her designed dress. A few years ago, Warren, if you were flying the Australian flag on Australia Day, people talked down to you. Do you feel that the tide has turned?
Oh, I think the tide has really turned. We've had a few years now of insanity, as I call it. And I love you, Di. You got to get whoever your tailor is. Get me a suit. I'd get one of those, and I'd wear it.
Warren.
Good. And we should. It is turning. And look, what really surprised me in the last few weeks is the polling of the youth. Everyone was saying that the youth are turning off. It was even more supportive of Australia Day, even more supportive and being proud of Australia than any other group. It was amazing statistics. I think it was, old fellas like me, it was about 10% more proud of this country and more really supportive of this country. This is a great turnaround. We have to come together. Look, people can have their differences. This is the great thing about Australia. You can have your differences. You can have your debates and arguments. You can have those discussions and that. But we also got to respect and love each other because it is such a beautiful country.
Warren, well said. Hear, hear. And she'll give you the name of the tailor, okay?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Exactly.
See you. Happy Australia Day. Here's Sheva.